I think NVM is our people's poet. NVM Gonzalez, also called, among other names, Diwa ng Lahi. Yeah, Diwa ng Lahi. His foremost contribution to Philippine letters is his fiction. But I must say that he began as a poet. Yeah. And there in his poetry you will see how grounded he is in our own clearing, our own history, our own culture. I remember a workshop on some island of Davao. I forget, sometimes it's called Samal Island yata. In any case, in that workshop we were walking along the seashore. A little boy was selling us necklaces of seashells, and when I told him that you are meeting the national artist, the little boy there and then recited a poem by NVM Gonzalez. Yeah, behold this bountiful land. It goes that way. The green hills and the corn, in the river's womb, children are born. Yeah? Honey's in the forest, blue fish in the sea. The ash gray of the clearings grows grain for me. A little boy reciting that entire poem to NVM. Now that's, I think NVM is our people's poet. If you speak of catchphrases that I might associate with NVM, he said in a letter, I think, somewhere, I don't quite remember, he said that the Filipino is a Theseus in a labyrinth. The labyrinth inside him and outside of him. He said words to that effect. And the Filipino as Theseus always finds his way in that labyrinth. You know? And he will meet there the Minotaur. Yeah. And then it struck me, the Minotaur has a name in Greek. The name of that Minotaur is Asterion, which is the Greek word for star. So I always remember that of NVM, the Filipino as Theseus in his labyrinth. And that is how he will meet, he will forge, he will shape his future by his own creative ways, his own imagination. Yeah. How did I meet him? This was sometime in 1950 or so. I was very young then. We had transferred from FEU to the UP campus, Diliman, when my father was invited by President Bidaltan to organize the Spanish department because of the Spanish law during that time. So, NVM happened to be our neighbor, and I would drop in there from time to time and show him my poems, my short stories, and he was very generous with his time and very helpful. Yeah, that's one moment I will always remember. One time I showed him a short story and he said, Jimmy, I think your story is constipated. No, I never forgot that. Yeah, but he was always kind. Yeah, and he had a very nice sense of humor. When one reads NVM, one is in his own clearing, no? Stands upon his own ground, our culture, our history. That is NVM. And when you read him, the season of grace is upon you. Yeah, that's what I would say.
A wanderer in the night of the world. Making him an amulet, her hand steady, the mother said, "You must go, son, before it gets too dark." 2 slices of ginger, 3 cloves of garlic, that buzzed right over his heart, made a light sack on the skin of his shirt. He stubbed his toes on a rock while crossing the yard. "I'm awfully sorry, Mr. Rock, but I must be on my way." He reached the river, found a bangka, and got himself across singing, "Goodbye, river, but be around on my return," he told the bangka. Nature called, and dutifully he stopped behind a tree, saying quietly, "Not that I'm disrespectful, Mr. Tree, but I must travel light. They tell me it's a long journey through the night of the world." He found his way.
I wish to honor NVM Gonzalez as my literary father with a poem that I dedicated to him. It's called Head On, 3 Faces. Yeah. So 1, it is in the head where all wars take place. It starts first with labeling. Pin with a term, you lose your name. When people are instances of a trait or a class or a faith, they're easier to do in. No one weeps, no one hears a forest cry when it is cut. 2, the head's a strange case. Whoever designed it, its contents aren't in it, but near and abroad. For when you look, it is everywhere. An ancient pine, a murder cross, a market fair, church bells pealing. There a mind forms. 3, but where its text, a brightness first of sight, then stunned you grope where no words break, and helpless stare where exploding pieces fall above the dark of speech, lightsome syllables, a mind's touch at infinity. Yeah, that's the point for NVM.
Artista ng bayan, NVM Gonzalez, sa larangan ng literatura,